Suddenly there came a tapping, and of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this, but nothing more. Distinctly I remember, it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from the books surcease of sorrow, sorrow from the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here forevermore. And the silken sad uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating, entrance at my chamber door." Some late visitor entreating, entrance at my chamber door. This is it, and nothing more. Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping, tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door. Darkness there, and nothing more." Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the darkness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word Lenore. This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word Lenore. Merely this, and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning. Soon again I heard a tapping, somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see then what there it is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more." Open here I flung the shutter, and with many flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the beast obedient made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with mien of lord or lady, perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore. "Though thy crest be shown and raven, thou," I said, "art thou no craven, ghastly grim ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore? Tell me what thy lordly name is, of the night's Neplonian shore." Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." Much I marveled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy bore, for we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast above the sculptured bust above the chamber door, with such a name as Nevermore. But the raven sitting lonely on the placid bust spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing further than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, "Other friends have flown before, on the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before." Then the bird said, "Nevermore." Startled the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, "Doubtless," said I, "what it utters, it is only stock and store, caught for some unhappy master, whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and followed faster, till his songs one burden bore, till the dirge of his hope that melancholy burden bore of nevermore. But the raven still beguiling all my sad soul into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird and bust and door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy into fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what this green, unghastly, gaunt, ominous bird of yore meant in croaking nevermore. This I sat, engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining on the cushion's velvet lining, on the lamplight gloated over, but whose velvet violet lining with lamplight gloating over she shall press, ah, nevermore. Then methought the air grew denser, perfume from an unseen censer, swung by seraphim whose footfall tinkled on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee, by these angels he has sent thee, respite, respite, and nepenthe from thy memories of Lenore. Quaif, oh quaif, this kind nepenthe, and forget this lost Lenore, quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still if bird or devil, whether tempter sent or whether tempest tossed, there he ashore, desolate yet all undaunted, on the desert land enchanted, on this home by borrow haunted, tell me truly I implore, is the balm of Gilead, tell me I implore, quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still if bird or devil, by that heaven and bends above us, by that God we both adore. Tell the soul with sorrow laden, within the distant Eden, it shall clasp the saint and maiden, whom the angels name Lenore. Clasp a rare and radiant maiden, who the angels name Lenore, quoth the raven, nevermore. That word our sign of parting, bird or fiend, I shrieked upstarting, get thee back into the tempest and the night's plutonium shore. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie that soul has spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken, quit the bust above my door. Take the beak from out my heart, and take thy from thy off my door, quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven never falling, still and sitting, on the pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door. And his eyes have all seemed to demon that is dreaming, and the lamplight over, streaming throws his shadow on the floor. And my soul from that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore.